دیدن؟ بابا اینو نداشته بوده جواب. Tonight we are just commemorating the sixth Imam, Imam Ja'far Sadiq, inshallah. And Hajj Agha, inshallah, we will discuss about the Imam Sadiq and the Quran. Hajj Khanuma. And at the end we have a short lamentation. با عرض سلام خدمت شما خواهران و برادران عزیز. امشب مصادف شده با شهادت حضرت امام جعفر صادق رئیس مذهب جعفری و صلوا علی محمد و آل محمد. به همین مناسبت مجلس شهادت این بزرگوار امام ششم را در خدمت شما عزیزان خواهیم بود و آخر مجلس انشاءالله یه مرثیه خوانی مختصر هم خواهیم داشت. دعوت میکنم از امام مرکز to the podium with a loud salawat.
السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أنبياء الله جميعا وعلى سيدهم وخاتمهم حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين وعلى حفيده الإمام جعفر بن محمد الصادق صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. قال تعالى في كتابه الكريم: أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم، بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم، يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وكونوا مع الصادقين. On the 25th, which is Monday of the month of Shawwal, it's the anniversary of the martyrdom and the departure of the sixth Imam of the school of Ahl al-Bayt, Al-Imam Abu Abdullah Ja'far ibn Muhammad al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, who was born and raised and lived in the city of Medina in the year 83 Hijri. Some people say year 80, some people say 83. And who was killed also in Medina and buried in Medina in Baqi' in year 148 Hijri, during the time of Abu Ja'far al-Mansur, the second Abbasid Caliph, the one who built Baghdad. He built cities, beautiful cities, but then he kills scholars. And we see with some dictators, this is what they do. They build infrastructures, beautiful cities, but then they kill human beings. And God says that human beings are more important than buildings. We build these buildings and infrastructures to serve the human beings, to serve their dignity and their needs. So some people praise this man, Abu Ja'far al-Mansur. They say, but he built the city of Baghdad. Look at how beautiful Baghdad is. Yes, he did. But underneath the walls of Baghdad, he used to bury his opponents alive. Not dead, they were alive. They will put them in these holes and they build the walls upon them. They bury them alive. And he was the second caliph of Bani al-Abbas. Before him was his brother Abu al-Abbas al-Saffah. Their father Muhammad was the son of Ali, the son of Abdullah ibn Abbas. Abdullah ibn Abbas, the first cousin of the Prophet to the Prophet, the first cousin. Because his father is Al-Abbas, the uncle of the Prophet. Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. So Abbas had a son, very virtuous son, very good son, knowledgeable, Habrul Ummah. His name is Abdullah. And he was the student of Imam Ali alayhi salam. He learned the interpretation, tafsir al-Quran, the whole book. He learned how to explain and interpret the book from his mentor and his teacher, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam. He says, every bit I have learned in this book is from my teacher and my leader, Ali ibn Abi Talib. Because he was young. When the Prophet died, Abbas was about 9 or 10 years old. He was still a child. So he learned the knowledge of Islam and the Quran and tafsir al-Quran from his first cousin. Imam Ali is his first cousin. Then Abdullah had a son called Ali. After Ali, Muhammad. Muhammad was the one who started the Abbasid empire. And then after him, his two sons, Abu al-Abbas al-Saffah and Abu Ja'far al-Mansur, were the first two caliphs in this dynasty of the Abbasiyun, or the Abbasid dynasty. How did they come to power? They came to power after Bani Umayyah. When the Umayyad Empire collapsed in Damascus, and people revolted because there were many revolutions throughout Muslim countries. Many revolutions. They revolted against corruption, tyranny, dictatorship. So Bani al-Abbas, they took advantage. They rode the wave of the opposition, and they said, we're going to bring Al-Muhammad, the family of the Prophet, back to power. So they were advocating them. They were defending them. They were speaking on their behalf that Al-Muhammad, the family of the Prophet, they've been abused, persecuted, tortured, killed. So we are going to help them and support them and advocate their case. They misled the people with their slogans, political slogans. They misled the people. So once they grabbed power, they started torturing the family of the Prophet and killing the Imams. So the first Imam who was killed by them was Imam Musa ibn Ja'far. Imam al-Sadiq, sorry. The second Imam was Imam Musa ibn Ja'far. And then after that, Imam al-Rida also was killed by Ma'mun. So the one who killed Imam al-Sadiq was Mansur. The one who killed Imam al-Kadhim, the seventh Imam, was Harun. The one who killed Imam al-Rida was Ma'mun, and so on and so forth. They misled the masses, the people. Yes, they came with religious garb, religious slogan, that we came to take revenge for the blood of Imam Hussein and other Imams. So people believed them. But then when they grabbed power, immediately they turned against Ahlul Bayt, especially Abu Ja'far al-Mansur, the second caliph. The second caliph was the one who established the four madhahib in the Sunni tradition. Before that, there were no madhab in the Sunni tradition. No Maliki, no Shafi'i, no Hanbali, no Hanafi. He was the one who established these schools, and he supported them financially. And he supported Imam Malik. He sponsored him officially, and he asked him to write a book. And that book's name was Al-Muwatta. Al-Muwatta in Arabic, Muwatta means sahl, easy, for people to understand. So he asked Imam Malik ibn Anas, the leader of the Maliki tradition, who became later on the leader, not before, to write this book. And that book of fiqh was the official constitution of the Islamic State during the Abbasid. And he asked every mufti, every religious leader, every khatib, every scholar, anywhere and everywhere, to preach that book only, Al-Muwatta, which is written by Imam Malik. And others have no freedom but to follow Imam Malik, the Maliki tradition. Why he promoted Imam Malik? He promoted Imam Malik at the expense of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. He did not want people to listen to Imam al-Sadiq. He did not want people to hear about Imam al-Sadiq. Because Imam al-Sadiq was about justice, was about peace. Imam al-Sadiq was against dictatorship. Imam al-Sadiq lost his father, his grandfather, his great-grandfather to dictators. So they cannot get along with dictators. The Imams of Ahlul Bayt cannot get along with dictators. They came to fight corruption. They follow their tradition, the tradition of their grandfather, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the Imams of Ahlul Bayt, they could not do business with tyrants. They could not please the tyrants. They could not compromise their principles and their religion. They could not. So the tyrants, they had to look for somewhere else. One day, Abu Ja'far al-Mansur came to Medina, from Baghdad to Medina. So all the scholars, they hurried, they rushed to visit him and pay tribute to him. Same thing with now Saudi king, when he goes to Mecca and Medina, all those Wahhabi scholars, they gather the same day, 400, 500, 600, and they have nothing but praise for the king. They call him Waliul Amr. He's our Waliul Amr, he's our guardian. They have nothing but praise for him. When Muhammad bin Salman became a crown prince a few months ago, a year ago, he brought the Mufti of Saudi Arabia, this blind sheikh. He sat next to him, he gave him the microphone, and the blind sheikh, he stretched his hand to Muhammad bin Salman, this child who is 32 years old, and he said, Ubayi'uk, I do bay'ah to you. Imagine, bay'ah, that you are the crown prince. You are my leader. And of course, after this Mufti, when the Mufti shakes hand with this person, the rest of the Ummah, they follow. Allah says about Fir'aun, Fir'aun was a leader who was leading his nation, يَقْدِمُ قَوْمَهُ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ فَأَوْرَدَهُمُ النَّارِ. They follow him, they follow his footsteps into Jahannam, into the hellfire. And this is what we see, not just with Fir'aun. And every time there is a pharaoh, there is a tyrant, many tyrants, not just one or two. Not because this Mufti does not know anything about this crown prince. He knows everything about him. But the Mufti wants to preserve his seat. The Mufti does not look at God, he looks at dunya. And every Mufti, every alim, every scholar, if he puts dunya before akhirah, he becomes corrupt. Not only he becomes corrupt, he corrupts the whole nation. The whole ummah becomes corrupt. This is what happened during Imam al-Sadiq. So Mansur, when he went, tyrant, bloodthirsty, Mansur al-Abbasi. He went to Medina. All scholars, they rushed to pay tribute to him. Salam Maulana, you are my leader, you are Amir al-Mu'mineen, you are this, you are that. Except Imam al-Sadiq, he did not go. He refused. So Mansur was angry. So he sent someone after the Imam. Why don't you come? Amir al-Mu'mineen is here, the leader is here, why don't you visit him? Listen to what the Imam said. We have to learn these things, these principles from our Imams. The Imam said to him that لَيْسَ لَنَا مِنْ أَمْرِ الدُّنْيَا مَا نَخَافُكَ عَلَيْهِ. I did not come to visit you because I don't have corporations and companies and lands and skyscrapers, so I worry that the government is going to confiscate them from me, take them away. I don't have money in the bank. I don't have any money. I don't have anything of the dunya, so I'm not worried about that. On the other hand, وَلَيْسَ لَكَ مِنْ أَمْرِ الْآخِرَةِ شَيْءٍ فَنَرْجُوهُ مِنْكَ. Nothing of the akhirah the king has that I go and learn from him. Nothing. He does not have faith. He does not have patience. He does not have tolerance. He does not have justice. So why shall I go and waste my time to go and spend time with him to learn what? To learn corruption? So the Mansur was very arrogant. Very arrogant, extremely arrogant. Dictator, powerful dictator. He was shocked. This man in his 70s, he speaks to me like that? He's my subject. How dare he speaks to me like that? But the Mansur was able to control his anger for a few seconds. So he answered the Imam. He said, no, I know you don't have anything in this dunya. You are not worried about the dunya. Neither I have anything of the akhirah, so you learn from me. ولكن تصحبنا لتنصحنا. Come to my session so you give me an advice. Listen to the answer of the Imam. The Imam said to him, من يريد الدنيا لا ينصحك. He who seeks this dunya would not be honest with you, therefore would not advise you. The one who needs the dunya is not going to go to the king and tell him, don't do this, don't do that. The one who needs the dunya will go to the king and tell him, ahsant, ahsant, ahsant. Everything he does, if he kills, he tells him ahsant. If he bombs Yemen, he tells him, blessings, my blessings, you are good job. Those people, they deserve death. If he steals, he says, yes, this is your wealth. You own the kingdom. All the kingdom is yours, Maulana. So if someone wants the dunya, would not go and advise a tyrant. People who work with the tyrant are corrupts. They want the dunya. They don't want the akhirah. So he said to him, "Man yuridu dunya la yansahuk." The one who seeks the pleasure of the dunya would not give a true advice to the king. Neither وَمَنْ يُرِيدُ الْآخِرَةَ لَا يَصْحَبُكَ. And someone who looks forward to the akhirah would not spend his time with a tyrant. He will stay away from him. He will keep his distance from a tyrant. If someone is seeking the success of the hereafter, he would not work. I admire an American ambassador last week. I read this in the New York Times. I think he's in Estonia or Latvia, one of these. He quit his job. He said, I don't want to work with this president. I am ashamed. He quit his job. He left his job. Because he has an honor. He said, these are not the principles and the ideals that we learned about America. America is not about separating parents from their kids who are a few months old. You know, the other day they showed on television a boy who's 5 years old, he stands before a judge in America. 5 years old. You put 5 years old before a judge? Is this justice? This is the justice system? So he quit his job because he says, I don't want to be associated with such administration. I want to help my country, but not to help a corrupt person. We learned this from Ahlul Bayt. Man yuridu dunya la yansahuk. If someone is seeking the dunya, the pleasure, he would not be an honest. He would not be honest with the tyrant. وَمَنْ يُرِيدُ الْآخِرَةِ. If someone is seeking akhirah, la yashabuk. He would not be your sahib, your friend, your companion. He would stay away from you. And eventually Imam al-Sadiq paid the price for his steadfastness, for his truth, for his honesty, for his courage, for his protection of the religion and the Islamic principles. He paid it with his life. He was poisoned, Imam al-Sadiq, by the order of Abu Ja'far al-Mansur. Our Imams, none of them had a natural death. None of them experienced natural death, either by sword or by poison. ما منا إلا مقتول أو مسموم. I'll speak inshallah more about Imam al-Sadiq tomorrow. But you know, Imam al-Sadiq has a beautiful hadith that we must follow him. He led 2 revolutions. One of them is revolution of science and knowledge and ilm. He was a strong advocate of ilm. He said religion would not be integrated. Religion would not be strong Religion would not give positive results if you separated from ilm. So you have to study. He says, I don't like to see my Shia, my followers, being ignorant. I hate to see a Shi'i person who says, I belong to the Ja'fari tradition, to the school of Ahl al-Bayt, and then he is ignorant. I don't like to see this. One time he said, I'd love to, I wish I can force my followers. لَوَدَدْتُ أَنْ ضَرَبْتُ رُؤُوسَ أَصْحَابِي بِالسِّيَاطِ حَتَّى يَتَفَقَّهُ فِي الدِّينِ. I wish I can force them to go to school and learn. Because with ignorance, we don't reach God. We don't follow God. We don't discover God. God said, I have given you brain. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلْ لَهُ عَيْنَيْن وَلِسَانًا وَشَفَتَيْن. And I want you to incorporate your reason, your brain. I want you to discover. I don't want you to follow blindly. Most of the Muslims today, they follow their family traditions. Whatever the family is doing, the father, the grandfather, the mother, they follow. They don't study. Believe me, they don't study. How many Muslims, they spend their time reading books, researching, discovering? How many? What's the percentage? They follow. And once someone follows blindly, he or she would not benefit from this religion. Our journey to God depends on knowledge, on discovery. Discovery. God created Discovery Channel thousands of years ago to discover the universe, discover our relationship with God, to discover what He wants from me. What is my mission in this life? My mission is just to eat and drink, or there's something else I have to do? Shouldn't we save others? Shouldn't we be agents of goodness and righteousness? This is through discovery and knowledge and learning. The more we learn, the more our Iman and our faith and our Islam is going to be integrated. The more it's going to be protected. You know, when some people come from overseas here and they leave Islam, they leave, they exit. They exit from religion. You know why they exit from religion? Because in the first place, they did not understand religion. From day one, they didn't understand religion. Believe me. They did not. They followed it blindly. And when you follow blindly, one day you will leave that religion. But if you open your eyes and if you study religion with understanding, you would never leave it. You would never leave that. Even if you are under persecution, you don't leave that religion. The early Muslims in Mecca, Ammar ibn Yasir, his father Yasir, his mother Sumayya, they were being tortured by Abu Sufyan. Tortured. Today, what was the temperature today? It was 102, 103. Tomorrow will be good news, 115 probably. In Mecca, it's 130. You know, in Mecca, even now, in Mecca, they would take them to the desert on these burning sands and they torture them with no clothing on, naked. And they put rocks on their chest, on their belly. They put huge rocks. But this man, Yasir, and his wife, Sumayya, and their son, Ammar, they were steadfast. Abu Sufyan would tell them, listen, I would stop torturing you once you disbelieve in Muhammad and his Lord. Disbelieve, reject him, I will not just stop torturing, I will honor you and reward you. They will say no. Yasir will say, Ahadun Ahad. He's our Lord. Why? Because they did not follow blindly. They understood the difference between faith, being faithful, or being faithless. Between when you have faith and when you don't have faith. They understood the value. This is why they did not change. And they died. Eventually they died. Sumayya and her husband Yasir, they died under torture. And many of them like that. Many of them, they died. So when your children, they They discover religion, they will embrace it wholeheartedly. They would not leave it. They would not leave religion. Imam al-Sadiq says, I want you to study Islam. I want you to learn. Once you learn, you become proud. You become proud of your religion. You will have confidence in your religion. Let me read one hadith and I conclude. And I will continue, inshallah, tomorrow, Friday, on the legacy of our Imam. Imam al-Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam. He says in one of his narrations, he saw a man somewhere demeaning, disrespecting someone else. Why? Because he's not from his race. He's from a different race, different blood. So the Imam said to him, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't disrespect someone just because he's not from your tribe, from your blood, from your race. Don't do that. Our Imams were fighting racism and discrimination and bigotry long time ago. Imam says, Aslur Rajul, the essence and the value of every human being, aqluhu. Don't evaluate people based on their wealth, based on their homes, based on their professions, but based on their brain and reason and aql. How much this person uses his aql. If he uses his aql 100%, then he deserves 100% respect. But if a person does not use his brain, he has a brain, but he doesn't use it, then he doesn't deserve respect and honor. Aslur Rajul, the essence of every human, aqluhu, is his or her brain. Aslur Rajul aqluhu. Wa hasabuhu. Hasab, what does hasab mean? We always say hasab and nasab. Hasab and nasab. The tribe, ahsan. Who said the tribe? Ahsan. Ancestry, family, tribe, origin, race. What is it? وَحَسَبُهُ دِينُهُ. Deenuh, not Iraq or Iran or India or Pakistan. Your deen, your religion. This is your origin. You have to be proud of your religion. Yes, your country is good. Love your country. But not at the expense of other countries. When you cherish your religion, you're going to love all countries. But when you cherish only your country, you are going to hate other countries. Believe me. We love America, but I love Islam more. Because Islam is telling me to love America, not to damage America, not to hurt America. Not otherwise. Islam is teaching me to be a good citizen, responsible citizen, to defend the country, to defend your town, your community. Not otherwise. So once I become proud of my religion, I'm going to live America and another 100 and how many countries we have? 198? Who works in the United Nations? You're going to love every country, every race. You don't discriminate because this is what God teaches you. إِنَّا خَلَقْنَاكُم مِّن ذَكَرٍ وَأُنثَى. We made you tribes, nations, colors, languages. So you work together, you respect each other. You don't become a racist. وَحَسْبُهُ دِينُهُ. And then he says, وَكَرَمُهُ, his dignity and his honor, taqwah. How much taqwa he has. If he has more taqwa, piety and righteousness and self-control, then his value in the market goes high. If he doesn't have righteousness, then his value goes down. إِنَّ أَكْرَمَكُمْ عِنْدَ اللَّهِ. Indeed, the most honored of you, the most valued of you in the eyes of God, أَتْقَاكُمْ. The most responsible, the most self-controlling, the most righteous. And one last thing from Imam al-Sadiq. Imam al-Sadiq says to youth, his Shia. He addresses his community, the Shia. He says, كونوا زينا لنا ولا تكونوا شينا علينا حتى يقول الناس رحم الله جعفرا فلقد أدب شيعته. You, my followers, be a source of attraction and a beauty for us. Not a source of distraction. Attraction. Be a source of attraction. Be zayn. Zayn means adornment. Why do we wear jewelry? Ask women why they wear jewelry. Huh? To become more attractive. Otherwise, if they don't become more attractive, they don't spend, $10,000 on a ring. Even us, why do we wear this? This is mustahab, of course, not just attraction. In the salat, in the prayers, aqiq is mustahab, only aqiq, during the prayers. Why people wear jewelry? To become more attractive. Imam says there is something more important than jewelry and gold and silver and which is what? Huh? Your manners, akhlaq, your character, your personality, how you present yourself, how you deal with, if you are an honest person, honest, you don't cheat, you don't steal, you are the most high in the eyes of God. You are number one in the eyes of God. But if you don't respect yourself, you don't respect yourself, people are not going to respect you. So Imam al-Sadiq says, I want you to be a credit for us. كونوا زينا لنا ولا تكونوا شين. Shame is what? What's the meaning of shame? Unattractiveness. Yes. Offensive. Don't do something abhorrent so people say, look at how the Shia they act, how they speak, how they behave. Don't do that. Because it is not going to damage you only. It's going to damage your faith too. Your faith is going to suffer. People are not going to respect Shia Islam when we do something bad. This is the wasiyah, the advice, the will of Imam al-Sadiq to us. We have to remember this day and night, how to become a source of attraction for Ahlul Bayt, not a source of liability for them. Allahumma aghfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat wal muslimina wal muslimat al ahya'i minhum wal amwat. Before Brother Mujtaba comes for lamentation, tomorrow we're going to have the American Red Cross here from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m. here outside the masjid. They bring their caravan, their vehicle for the blood drive. So if you have a blood, alhamdulillah, all of you have a blood, which is good to donate blood because you save lives. Sometimes you give money, food, everything is good. But when you give a blood, you are really saving lives. You save lives. Because one day you yourself might need the blood. So if you are healthy, from 1 p.m. until 7 p.m., the vehicle or the caravan is going to be here outside. And invite others if they want to donate blood tomorrow, Friday, inshallah, July 6. And then يوم السبت عندنا الجلسة العربية في 7 مساء بإذن الله. 7 p.m. the Arabic session, inshallah, on Saturday, 7 p.m. sharp, inshallah. And then we have 2 camps. Ali, bring me the youth ones. We have the junior. This is the junior one, which is from August 17th until 19th here in Irvine Outdoor Education Center. This is for the senior ones. And we have the youth one, which is August 3rd to 6th. August 3rd to 6th. And you can see the flyer. Encourage your children to come to foster friendships with their brothers and sisters and to learn and to get inspired. We need to inspire the young generation. Without inspiring them in the good direction, we're going to lose them. Believe me, in this country, you're going to lose your children. So they need good influence. And good influences are found in such camps. So encourage them to register and join, inshallah. Sallu ala Muhammadin wa ali Muhammad.
برای سلامتی حاج یا رحمان یا رحیم یا ارحم الراحمین. السلام علیک یا جعفر ابن محمد ایها الصادق یا ابن رسول الله یا حجت الله علی خلقه یا سیدنا و مولانا انا توجهنا واستشفعنا وتوسلنا بك إلى الله وقدمناك بين يدي حاجاتنا يا وجيها عند الله. مذهب جعفری و ایده احمد داریم، شکر لله که این دولت سرمد داریم. من ز خود هیچ ندارم که بران فخر کنم، هرچه دارم همه از آل محمد دارم. گویم ز امام صادقین طرف حدیث تا شیعه او به لوح دل بنگارد، فرمود که بر شفاعت ما نرسد هر کس که نماز را سبک بشمارد. جلوه جنت به چشم خاکیان دارد بقی، یا صفای خلوت افلاکیان دارد بقی. گر حصار کعبه را جبریل دربانی کند، صد چو موسی و مسیحا پاسبان دارد بقی. گرچه میتابد بر او خورشید سوزان حجاز، از پر و بال ملائک سایبان دارد بقی. این که ریزد از در و دیوار او گرد ملال، هر وجب خاکش هزاران داستان دارد بقی. شب که تنها می شود با خلوت روحانیش، این مدینه انتظار میهمان دارد بقی. شب که تاریک است و در به روی مردم بسته اند، زائری چون مهدی صاحب زمان دارد بقی. در پناه مجتبی در ظل زین العابدین، ارتباط معنوی با قدسیان دارد بقی، باقر علم نبی و صادق آل رسول. خفته‌اند اینجا که عمر جاودان دارد بقی، قرنها بگذشته بر این ماجرا اما هنوز داغ 18 سال زهرای جوان دارد بقی. ایام شهادت امام صادق رئیس مذهب جعفری، ابن الحسن آقا سر شما سلامت باد. امشب بر اون آقای گریه کنیم که نیمه شب ریختن در منزل ایشان، همون آقایی که در مدینه خانش را آتش زدند، مانند جدش زهرا و امیر المؤمنین. در نیمه شب منصور ملعون فرستاد ابن ربیع و گفت ابن ربیع من از دیوار خانه مولا بارا رفتم، دیدم آقا در حجره نشسته، تا عرض کردم سلام، فرمود ابن ربیع به من اجازه بده 2 رکعت نماز بخوانم. گفتم آقا نمی شود، منصور اجازه به شما نمی دهد. فرمود اجازه بده عمامه به سر بگذارم. گفتم آقا نمی شود. امام صادق را با سر برهنه بیرون آوردن جلو انظار مردم. روز بود جدتان علی را از خانه بیرون آورده، در مدینه بچه ها نگاه می کردن، مادر روی زمین افتاده، بابا را می برن کمک بابا برون یا کمک مادر، دلها بسوزه. اونجا نجیب صدا زد قنفذ، اونم نجیب همچنان با غلاف شمشیر به بازوی بیبی 2 عالم زد. روز کربلا هم بچه های ابا عبدالله رو می بردن، تازیانه به زینب کبرا زدن. الا لعنت الله علی القوم الظالمین و سیعلم الذین ظلموا ای منقلب ینقلبون والعاقبة للمتقین. عزیزان، مریض و مریضدار در مجلس زیاده. کودک تازه به دنیا اومده متاسفانه بیماری داره و مادر ایشون، دایی ایشون از شما خواستن برش دعا کنید. یه خانمی متاسفانه 20 ساله سرطان داره و آقای محمد سبکرو هم ایشون از شما عزیزان، همسر محترم ایشان از شما خواستن که برای این بزرگوار امن یجیب بخونیم. خدا میدونه در این امن یجیب های شما اثر داره. اگر اثر نداشت عزیزان نمیگفتن به شماها که برای این دوستان و عزیزان خودتون دعا کنید. با هم دعای امن یجیب رو میخونیم، آیه شریف امن یجیب، بعدم دعای فرج و انشاءالله التماس دعا. اللهم صل علی محمد و آل محمد. اعوذ بالله من الشیطان الرجیم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعا ويكشف السوء 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 اللهم اشف كل مريض اللهم اشف كل مريض ومريضة اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج. یه صلوات مرحمت بفرمایید. بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم. اللهم كن لوليك الحجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك توعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا. نصار جميع مؤمنين.